I think the other why of ST Math is that it's a way to address student gaps in learning and differentiate student learning. The graph you're looking at right now is from McKinsey Research. And I think we all know the pandemic has impacted us, our students, and our families in so many different ways. And the variability in terms of what students are demonstrating mastery on is so widespread. And some of the biggest feedback we've received from you all as teachers is that you all want more strategies and ways to differentiate learning for students and support them in terms of like what they may have missed in previous grades. And we really believe that this new approach we want to share with you all today is a way to address those learning gaps and differentiate what students have access to that will support them in terms of where they are developmentally in math. So that was like kind of the what ST Math is and why we think it's important. Here is how we're hoping ST Math will work. So if you have not already talked to your school leader about this, or they have not mentioned it to you just yet, they're going to talk to you about when ST Math will take place in your current schedule. We know it's already happening in some places. Our hope is that it can be a little bit more aligned in terms of the frequency with which kids are able to engage with ST Math within the current schedule. Our recommendation is that students in kindergarten and first grade spend 30 minutes and complete 15 puzzles per week. And our recommendation is that kids in second through fourth grade spend 60 minutes and complete 30 puzzles per week. Now, this is different than what ST Math has recommended before. The numbers were higher, but we know there's a lot of variability in schedules. Sometimes kids are in school and out of school. And so we're hoping that with this kind of like at least this bare minimum or this floor, most kids will have this exposure to ST Math every single week. And if your numbers are already higher, kids are already on it more, you don't have to scale down, you can keep going. And then school teams are going to work with you all to decide how progress will be tracked and celebrated. If you were in our school when we were kind of fully in school a few years ago, you would have seen a lot of trackers present, a lot of penguins floating around the school, and a lot of celebrations. I have ordered, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars worth of penguins to send to your schools. There are stickers coming from all over the place and lots of trackers. So you'll have all these resources ready to go once the shipping backlog is addressed. But once that shipping backlog is handled, all these things will be in your school so that you can actually like celebrate kids' success and they can feel proud of themselves. Take the little penguin, show it off to their parents or friends, and just be happy about and proud of the progress they're making with ST Math. And then sort of the last thing I'll share is that it really does work. This is from the ST Math site, but you can see that over the course of 2 years, kids just made a lot of gains on the regular Common Core state standards. These are not just like ST Math standards. These are Common Core state standards that the ST Math program is aligned to, and kids make a ton of progress. And the way I see it is if we have this resource at our disposal, we might as well use it to fidelity so that we can we'll maximize our kids' learning and the time that we have them in front of us. And so with that, I am going to stop sharing and then pass it over to Susanna, who's going to talk about the what, why, and how of implementation for our new approach to ST Math.
While Susanna gets set up, good afternoon, everyone. If you have not yet renamed yourself, please rename yourself with your grade level first so that we can make sure you get in the appropriate breakout room.
Thanks, Robin. Okay, can everyone hear me? I have a history of just like being muted and talking. Yeah, terrific. All right, so the second half of this session, we're really just going to think about like how we can use ST Math to have an impact today, tomorrow, and the next day. And so the math team has been thinking a lot about, we have this resource, we know it works, but how can we make the most of it? Right now, our kids are getting on ST Math, or many of our kids are getting on ST Math. They're working through the journey, they're working on with GG. And then at another point of the day, they are learning in their core instruction, My Math block. And right now it kind of feels like what kids are doing on ST Math and what kids are doing in My Math aren't necessarily aligned. For example, first graders are learning about place value in My Math, but on ST Math, they might be working on measurement. Or fourth graders are learning fractions, but on ST Math, they're working on addition and subtraction. And so we've been really thinking about how we can take these 2 times in the day and make sure they're mutually reinforcing. Our goal is so that like what kids are doing on ST Math reinforces what kids are doing in My Math. And likewise, what kids are doing in My Math is reinforcing what kids are doing on ST Math. And so basically what the math team has done is we've come up with unit playlists. So we've found all the objectives and the games that align to what kids are doing in their current units of study right now. So for first grade, they're studying place value. Second grade, they're studying 2-digit addition and subtraction. Third and fourth grade are either in fractions right now or about to tackle fractions. And so we have come up with these playlists that align to what kids are doing. What we're going to do right now is we're going to give you about 12 to 15 minutes to explore these playlists, both through a document in that landing page and also on ST Math. So I'm going to, if everyone can open up that landing page, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can explore these different levels. So open up that landing page. And when you get there, let me exit out of this, you will see your playlist. So go ahead and click your grade level playlist. I'm going to open first grade just as an example to show you. And then once it's open, you can come back to Zoom so you can see my screen. Can I just get a thumb up when people are back at Zoom? Thanks, Allie. Thanks, Alyssa. Okay, great. So basically what is on your playlist like this is in gray. That is the objective that ST Math gives. Within that objective, there are games. So if you're looking at my screen, this first grade objective is foundation. Oh, if you don't mind making sure you're muted.
Come back to Superintendent 4 months.
Sorry, Susanna, I muted you in an attempt to mute everyone.
Am I unmuted now? Okay, I'm back. All right. So in this gray box, as you can see, this is the objective, and there's a little bit of explanation from ST Math around what that objective asks kids to do. And then numbered underneath that objective are all the games. You guys, if anyone has ever been on ST Math, you know that they have some funky things that they like kids to do. So they are many different games. And then within each of these games, there are also levels. Just reading this playlist doesn't quite give you an accurate sense of like how ST Math is supporting the development of these ideas. So what we're going to do for the next 12 minutes is we're going to actually get on ST Math, and I'm going to show you how to explore these levels so you can see how ST Math supports the development of these ideas. And I'm going to ask you not to do it yet, just so that you can see sort of the steps, and then we will give you work time to turn off your computers, mute yourselves, and explore these levels. So basically, you're going to get to ST Math through Okta. If you don't know how, there is a link in that landing page with a video for how to do that. And once you log into ST Math, you're going to click Curriculum, and then you're going to go to All Learning Objectives. Uh-oh, of course something went wrong. Let's see. Great. All learning objectives. And then if you look at here, we want to look at foundations of place value, which is a first grade objective. So I'm going to go to first grade. I'm going to click foundations of place value and click in. And then there are 2 ways you can explore the different games within this objective. The first thing you can do is click play this objective, and then it will open up a large map of the whole objective with the different games. So alien capture spaceship, use your arrow to show the next one. And you can click into each of these to see sort of the development of ideas. The second way you can do this is you can click games, and then you'll see sort of what is exactly on your playlist, and you can click in the varying levels. You are not going to have time to play all these games or all these levels. What I found to be particularly helpful was to play the first level of every game and the last level, and I didn't even play the complete level. You can just click back. It gives you a sense of sort of how kids are introduced to this and how kids exit it to go on to the next game. They obviously work through these games in sequential order, so they have to finish all of Alien Capture Mothership before they go to Alien Capture Numbers. So if you go through each level, you'll get a sense of sort of how ST Math develops foundations of place value. We do want to give you time to go through as many as you can. And so we will set a timer. Let's come back together at 4 o'clock. And we will head to breakout rooms when we come back to just with your grade level team to sort of share what you notice about the different games that you explored and how ST Math in these objectives is supporting students with this unit of mastery.
If you haven't renamed yourself yet, please do so that I make sure you get to the appropriate breakout room when you get back.
So 13 minutes, you guys are welcome to turn your cameras off, mute yourselves, do whatever you need to do. If you have any questions, feel free to either drop them in the chat or go through the parking lot. But this is really meant to be time to give you time to explore those objectives that align to what your kids are currently doing in math. And then we'll come back together and join a quick breakout room. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I can only see a few faces. Looks like we're waiting on a few more. Welcome back. All right. So we are going to keep moving. We were going to have people share out, but I know that it is the end of the day on a Wednesday and we are likely tired and hungry and want to keep moving. So we are going to keep moving along. Basically, what we are going to do for the next 10 or so minutes is to just make sure that kids get these objectives in front of them when they log into ST Math. We want to make sure that what kids are doing, back to this slide, what kids are doing in ST Math aligns to what they're doing in My Math, and what they're doing in My Math aligns to what they're doing in ST Math. So basically what we're going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to add this playlist to student ST Math playlist so that it comes up right when they log in. So what you're going to do, and I will walk you through this first, and then we will set off and make sure that kids get these playlists starting tomorrow. So what you're going to do is when you get into ST Math, you're going to open up your class. And the first thing you want to do is click, you'll be on students, but you want to click over to objectives. Once you click objectives, you want to click manage journey access. And I know I'm moving fast. There's also a video for this. The first thing you want to do is turn off journey access when assignments are available. Basically, what this does is it pushes kids to the assignments that you give rather than gives them a choice to do their grade level journey and work on measurement or shapes or whatever they're on right now. And it forces them to go to the assignments that you've given them on this playlist. So basically having kids work on fractions on ST Math when they're working on fractions in My Math. So you'll select this, you'll select assign to all. And then once that pops up, that means that kids no longer have a choice whether to work on the assignments or whether to work on their grade level journey. Then you'll click over to assignments and you'll make sure this is off because you don't want students to choose which assignment they can work on. You want them to work on the order that you've given them. And then you'll go in and add the assignments that you've given. So basically, if here we're working on the 4th grade playlist, the first thing I'm going to do is assign this 1st grade foundations of place value. I'm going to click it. Then I can go to place value concepts, the second one. And then the last one, when I look over here, is comparing 2-digit numbers. So I'm going to make sure all those are selected. Then I'm going to click assign selected. And the last thing I want to make sure of is that they are in the right order. So the order that they are here is the order that they will show up for kids. So if you want to move them up or down, just use the arrows, but you want to make sure that the order is the same order as the playlist that we have given you. So that is what we're going to do right now. We are going to go back into ST Math. We are going to make sure 3 things happen. First, we're going to turn off our grade level journey when students have assignments. Don't turn it off completely. Then you're going to assign the ST Math playlist to your class. And then you're going to submit any outstanding questions, any concerns, any issues, any ideas that you have through that parking lot link, which was in our landing page that we shared at the beginning. Those 3 things, if I just went too fast for you, there is also a video showing you how to do this in that landing page in case you need extra support. When you are done with that, you are welcome to sign off and have the rest of your Wednesday. We just ask that you do those 3 things before you sign off. And then your time is all yours. Any questions about how that works? Alyssa, yes.
I put it in the chat, but what happens if students already passed those levels?
If they passed all of those levels, then they cannot redo them. There's no way to reset student learning. But so they will go back to the journey, but you could assign them levels either from the previous grade level or other levels that align that we can find.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.